All right, so in this video, I'm going to go over how to interpret, put at least part of a construction drawing. In this case, a construction drawing to get the materials that the wall's made of, so you can do a heat load calculation. All right, so if you open up the G-Wing drawing document, this will pop up. You can see it's a 29-page document. These are our construction drawings for the G-Wing on the Stanton campus. I'm not going to go over everything here. It would take way too much time. And there's a lot, as you see, a lot of information here. But I'm going to tell you how to find the wall construction. All right, so when we look at construction drawings, important information indicating what you're looking at basically is on the bottom right. This is your accessibility details. This is also page A001. We have page A002, which is the overall site plan, so you can see some topography and drainage and all that sort of thing here. A003, some life safety plans. And so you can look at the legend here, it gives you some information. But here's our building. If you're familiar with the G-Wing, it has these walls that are sort of at this odd angle, and this is connected to the F-Wing here. This is the F-Wing, and these are the F-Wing rooms. And then here's that courtyard between the building and the rest of this is the D-Wing here, the gyms over here and so forth. Anyway, that hopefully gives you a sense of where you are. If we zoom in just a little bit, you can see the rooms. When you walk in the building, you have that biofuel lab immediately to your left, and then there's a classroom here, and this is actually the classroom um, that we're analyzing, right? So here's the interior wall, here's an interior wall, and then here's our exterior wall, and that's really what we're trying to figure out. All right, so what we need to do is find the page that has some cross sections, and here it is. So A100 is our cross section page. All right, so what is this? We got a bunch of things here. So all these little circles tell you different cross sections. So there's details somewhere on these drawings that provides cross-sectional details wherever those circles are. So remember, this is our classroom here. Okay, so it's room 109. Let's zoom in just a little bit, make sure everybody can see. And so you can see we have three of those indicators, but this is interior, that's interior. This is what we're looking for, right? So there's a little cross section through that exterior wall there, and that's what we're looking for. So where do we find it? Let me zoom in a little more, make sure you can see. So page A311, drawing number 4. And then this little black arrow, you see how it's pointed that way? So that tells you which direction you're faced when you're looking at the cross section. So when we look at the cross section, we know that the outside is going to be on our right and the inside is going to be on our left. So we need to find page A311. So let's zoom out a little bit so we can get there more quickly. All right, so A100, and we're going to keep zooming down here. 131, getting closer. Sorry, we got a little bit of a slow rendering here. Here we go. A311. Okay, so let's look for drawing number 4. If you want to find the drawing numbers, they're in the bottom. Right, so there's number 4. So we have number 3, just so you can see. Here's number 1. Here's number 2. Right, 1, 2, 3. So let's jump over to number 4. This gives us all our cross-sectional details. Remember, from the black arrow, the outside is on the right. So this is the exterior part. This is the interior part over here. Gives you the foundation and the floor, and here's the um, brick veneer. I mean, there's dimensions on here, so these give you dimensional details as well. So you could have gotten, remember, in your lab, we provided the measurements for the windows and so forth, but here's where you can get them, right? So 3-foot windows. Um, you have to dig a little more deeply to get the width of the windows, but all right. So there's also some dotted lines here, and this is just an FYI. We don't need this, but what this tells you is that there's a blown up image of that section, and you find that on page A601, and it's drawing number 5, right? So we could go to page A601 and see details of all of the window treatments and so forth, and the window construction. So let's keep going up. I don't see anything yet that indicates our insulation. it, it gives you, we're going to kind of skip that brick veneer part. That's windows. We're just assuming that they're a certain R value. But here we go. You can see here we have the wall construction, right? So some 5/8 gypsum wall board, that's an indicator that obviously it's inside, right? And then we have this layer, this layer, this layer. I'm going to let you sort of go through the information here to figure out those layers. Okay, but that tells you all the layers of the wall. And then you just need to find the R value on the R value charts that are provided and add them up. So the total R value of this wall is going to be the inside air layer plus this layer plus this layer plus this, right? So you take all those R values, add them up, and that gives you your total R. And then you can convert to U, the U value, which the U factor, which is what we're really looking for. And just a heads up that R values can be a little inexact. And so, sometimes you'll see that, I'm making up numbers here. Let's say the gypsum wallboard is, someone says it's 0.57, someone says 0.61. That's not making a substantial difference on your heat loss calculation. So it's not a big deal. As long as your source is legitimate, it's fine. So just be careful of your source and indicate where you got that information from, and just know that these numbers might be inexact, but your instructor will know if it's way off. Um, but if it's close, it's okay. Just make sure you can validate where you got the information. All right, so hopefully that helps you through the lab. If you have any questions, of course, email or otherwise contact your instructor.